Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Celebrating 10 years of award-winning car talk, it's the In Wheel Time car show. Coming up, we talk with the head of the Jeep brand, Mr. Jim Morrison. Jeff's going to review our pre-owned car of the week, the 2018 Subaru Forester. We'll have a look at some upcoming racing events, plus Conrad's Car Clinic, and the stories making automotive news headlines this week. That and more coming up on today's In Wheel Time Car Show for Saturday, April 4th, 2021. Hey, it's Easter weekend and spring is in the air. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world Mars, King Conrad DeLong. Jeff is in the corner where he needs to be. You saw him just a moment ago. I'm Don Armstrong, so glad that you could join us today. And joining us right now via Zoom is Mr. Jim Morrison, head of the Jeep brand. Good morning. Good morning, Jim. I did say Jeep brand, didn't I? I was going to say the Jim brand, but it's going to get to that eventually I'm sure.
It'll be Jim brand, yeah. One of these days.
Hi, Jim. How you doing?
Hey, welcome.
So we really didn't call to talk to you at all. We wanted to see the cat.
Elliot.
Well,
Where's Elliot?
Elliot. He's out and about today, so we'll see if he's pops in.
A walkabout.
Okay. Well, Jim, it's great to talk to you, and thanks so much for joining us on this Saturday. I know that you don't have anything going on and nothing to do. We wanted to talk to you today about a couple of things, and I guess let's start off with all of it's fun stuff for us. Let's talk about Moab and Jeep and the connection between the two. Why is Moab so important?
Because you get a free hat when you go to Moab.
Jeep Safari Moab, yeah. Well, you can also get a badge.
We could also get one of those dash badges too, couldn't we?
Yeah, the thing about Moab is you go there and you get a free hat, so it's actually pretty cool. Just got back here a couple of days ago, but it is, as you know, Moab is Jeep's home away from home. And when you take a look at, we have probably 15,000 people coming to Moab over a period of a week over the Easter holiday, and they line up and get in groups and do trails, and lots of camaraderie and lots of really cool Jeep stuff. And we always, as a brand, they've been doing that for over 50 years now with Moab, kind of organically. The Red Rock Wheelers run it. It's called Easter Jeep Safari, and that's where all of the guys get together and run trails.
Do you guys have offices out there? I mean, do you have like a Jeep standalone building? Come on in and sign up for this or ask us questions, that sort of stuff.
We probably should, but we don't. It's a small town. It's around 5,000 people. And, our engineers are there a lot, running the trails, making sure our future vehicles are up to the task and kind of pushing the limits on our four-wheel drive development. And then we go there whenever we can to make sure that we stay connected with our customers. And that's really what it's all about.
And your customers, Moab is a destination experience for every Jeep owner.
Oh, it is. And, whether you get to go there or whether you dream about it, it's part of, if you have Jeep on your vehicle, it's part of, what you can dream about. And I've said a number of times that, 100% of Jeep customers take their vehicles off-road. Some just do it in their mind, and, some are lucky enough to be able to get out to Moab and run the trails. And that's what the Jeep brand is all about.
How many Jeeps show up out there for this Easter weekend event?
We often say around 15,000 people, and there's, 2 or 3 people per Jeep. So, it's, 5,000 or 6,000 Jeeps roll into town. It's pretty incredible when you can, double the population of a town with just the number of Jeeps rolling in. Some people haul their rigs in, some people drive them in, and it's a combination of everything. But it's, some vintage Jeeps, some brand new Jeeps right off the showroom floor. There's some Jeeps that people have spent the last year, modifying and upgrading, with wheels and tires and lifts and axles. So there's all kind of customization that goes on, and it's just so cool to talk to the customers. And you're kind of either standing in the parking lot at the hotel or standing in the Jeep stand. We had a really cool solar panel there, so that was attracting a lot of people. So we were really going through that. and or talking to them on the trail. It's it's great to talk about what they've invested into Jeep and what they've invested into their rig and how they've updated it for this year. It's all about that lifestyle.
Well, one of the cool things about buying a Jeep, because I do a lot of business with Jeep dealerships, is you can get that crate of Jeep stuff, the upgrade stuff you guys sell through your parts accessories division. The dealership can install it with all of the lift kits and accessories through the Jeep website as well.
Yeah, the Jeep performance parts are really where the customers start to get into upgrading their rigs and really start to customize. I think almost every one of our Jeep Wranglers and Jeep Gladiators are customized to some degree, and really part of what makes Jeep the Jeep experience.
Jim, as the head of Jeep, and you get to go to things like Moab and other Jeep events, and mainly Wrangler type events like that. How does that make you, Jim Morrison, feel as a person? Well, I mean, that has to be a huge ego trip.
Well, I think one of the things that we're kind of very humble about is the way we connect with our customers and the way that we listen to our customers, and I think that's what separates us from everybody else. We're just kind of the temporary custodians of the brand, and it's really the customers that run the brand. And when you take a look at the things that we brought to Moab this year, whether it be the concepts or the 392 or vehicles that we had out there last year, or pardon me, the year before, because it was COVID ridden, not here last year.
Yeah,
but,
sad.
The Gladiator or the diesel, those are all things that were kind of brought to us by customers on the trail saying, hey, why don't you do this, why don't you do that? And 9 times out of 10 they've already done it to their own vehicles and are asking us to make it a little bit easier for making it available from the factory. And that's what we did with the 392 is a great example of that.
Well, and even to go back to the suspension, because now you guys have a disconnectable sway bar as well, and that's been in your portfolio for a couple of years. Again, something requested by your customers.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure what's happened there. With
we got a technical issue here in the studio.
Somebody's phones started sounding off.
Yeah. Oops.
But
okay. Talking to Siri.
Yeah. Well,
but yes, no, that's a great example. And we the thing with the Jeep customers is they're always trying to upgrade their Jeep so that they can go to more aggressive trails and do more challenging things. And that's disconnecting sway bars is one of the things that really helps with the articulation. You want to have the rubber on the road so that you can put the traction down and keep the Jeep going up the event. So that sway bar disconnecting really helps. We've done it on Wrangler and Gladiator, and you guys will see here later this year. We might even expand that to another Jeep that is famous at winning SUV at Texas. So we'll keep pushing the limits.
Well, thanks for the hint.
Well, you've always managed to come up with new and exciting things, and as far as new things in the portfolio, it's full.
Yeah, it is. We last Tuesday we introduced the 392. It's on sale, shortly at the dealerships. We've got the Wrangler 4xe, the electric Wrangler, not far behind that, later this month, coming on sale. That's amazing. 470 pound-feet of torque, instantly a Jeep as soon as it climbs with all that power. But it gets, 20 miles of range, 49 mpge, great stats for a Jeep, but it's a blast. We were wheeling it off-road, with the team, and it's amazing what a completely quiet electric Jeep does off-road. So we can't wait to share that with you guys as well. And then right after that, we've got this thing called Jeep Grand Cherokee in the L version, the long version. It's a 3-row.
Yeah.
And I was actually supposed to do this interview from sitting inside mine, with Elliot the cat here today, but. They actually somebody miscalculated and it needed to go to California for a movie shoot, so it's on its way to California. So I don't have it in my driveway anymore for that, but it's okay. We'll just get Elliot. He's the star anyway. And then right after that, we've got Grand Wagoneer coming back to the marketplace.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
But yet there's more after Grand Wagoneer. Then we come back with a two-row Grand Cherokee, and an electric version of that as well. So that's just our year in a nutshell, and not to mention the fact that it's the 80th year of Jeep. So we've got some special editions for the 80th. Anniversary as well. So there's a whole lot going on at Jeep. That's for
Jim,
sure.
Wow.
I want to drill down with you a little bit more about the Wagoneer. And from what I've read, the Wagoneer is really going to be an upscale version of most SUVs that we've not seen before.
Yeah, it is. It's lined up to go head to head with the best and better, in the SUV market. And Texas is the biggest full size or large SUV market in the world. And you can imagine everything is bigger in Texas, and they love big stuff like that. So, we're coming bigger and better. We'll see it here at the Houston Auto Show not too long.
Great.
But the Grand Wagoneer is amazing. It's we have a Wagoneer kind of in the $60,000 range, and Grand Wagoneer in the $80,000 range, and it'll top out just over 100. But the new Grand Wagoneer makes you feel like $1 million. It's incredible. It's got a 6.4 V8 in it, tow 10,000 pounds.
Wow.
You open the door, and it's got more wood, leather, and real metal than anybody else in the marketplace. It's got 75 inches of screens, and of course it's an extension of the Jeep brand, kind of up into the premium space with where Grand Wagoneer is, and of course it's very capable as well. So that's got 3 4-wheel drive systems that keep that machine moving wherever you want to point it, and it's incredible. But it's made to go head to head with the best, and clearly get back to the top of the game. When we left, Grand Wagoneer was at the top of its game. In fact, a little known fact, here, in 2021 is that Grand Wagoneer had the highest demographic of any vehicle sold, income of any vehicle sold in America, higher than Porsche, Ferrari, all that stuff. So, it's got a great history, and we're really proud to bring that back to America.
Jim, can you talk about Jeep standalone stores? I hear that there are going to be actual Jeep standalone stores, and as opposed to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Yeah, there's some of our dealers. We've got about 40 of them now, and they're piecing pieces of their dealerships off to just focus on Jeep. We've got 7 vehicles now, moving to 8 with Grand Wagoneer, and there's lots in their portfolio. So they build showrooms and dealerships around the whole Jeep experience. So you go in, and it's feels like you're walking into a trail in Moab, and really kind of embraces the complete Jeep experience, right from the displays to their showroom all the way through the dealership, and that's something that their dealers are really investing in us as we continue to grow, and it's really special to be in one of those showrooms.
Yeah,
and the dealers have got to be excited about that, to get a separate brand and a separate showroom for their Jeep customers, and then get a dedicated sales staff for their Jeep customers as well.
Yeah, they really find that the people that are looking for Jeep vehicles have got a mindset, and then when they walk into the dealership, they get a better sense of that mindset, and it really does help make the customer experience even better.
Well, I mean, that has got to be a real good feel-good point for you, ahead of Jeep, and now the dealers are getting their own dealership, a standalone dealership for the Jeep brand. I mean, that speaks volumes, because that just does not happen every day.
Yeah, it doesn't, and good illustration of how they've got confidence in us, and obviously they know a little bit about our future portfolio and how we're going to continue to grow, and they're just trying to stay ahead of it with building really nice standalone Jeep dealerships.
Yeah, because it's a huge investment in your future that the dealerships are that confident to do.
Yeah. How are things over on the Gladiator side, Jim?
Well, Gladiator just had its best month ever in the month of March. So I would say, Gladiator's holding its own, continuing to grow. In fact, really happy to report as well that Wrangler had its best 2 quarters ever in the history of Jeep. So Q4 and Q1 were the best ever Wrangler quarters in a row. And, we were able to grow Gladiator as well. So Gladiator had its best first quarter, and its best month ever with selling almost 9,000 Gladiators on top of the 20,000 Wranglers. So, it's great to have people really embracing the Jeep brand and kind of reaching out for freedom. I think America needs it more than ever, and we've got the vehicles to back it up. And I have to say, after, kind of being in Moab for 4 or 5 days here earlier this week, the feeling and the strength of the brand has never been stronger, with just that great feeling of freedom, adventure, and we do it in a way with authenticity, and passion that nobody else can. So, the brand is continuing to grow, but I think it's really, again, driven by our customers and the overall, sense of adventure and freedom that they're looking for here in their daily lives, and we can deliver that for them when you put a Jeep in the driveway.
That's the whole Jeep lifestyle. Getting out
absolutely.
and about.
Out and about, exactly.
So did you bring a 4xe to Moab with you?
We did. We actually, they're a lot of fun to wheel. In fact, I had a competition with the guy that runs the Wrangler franchise, and we were trying to see who could get through the trail on full electric and still have the most battery power left at the end. So I squeaked it out by a couple of percentage points. Brandon Grimace, you guys know Brandon.
Yes, we do.
He had 32% battery left, and I had 35% battery left. So I actually think it didn't even come down to the driving skill on the trail. I think it came down to who turned it off when the groups stopped at an event to wait to watch others go up. But I think that was really the what drove my Wrangler over the edge to win. But I can tell you, it's an absolute blast to drive. It's got instant torque. And, you take the doors off and the top off, and really all you can hear is the power steering moving, and it just goes up, and it's just as quiet as can be. And it's a lot of fun.
Of course,
Can't wait to get you guys in it in a few weeks.
Of course, I'm just guessing, but I would imagine that the Jim Morrison head of Jeep guy would probably have access to the whole coaching staff up there at Stellantis and the Jeep brand. That's all. I'm just saying. I'm just guessing.
Yeah. I've probably spent a little more time in it than Brandon. That was fair to say too. But in fact, I had a lot of fun over the holidays with my boys wheeling, and even at the Holly Off-Road Park here, because we had a Wrangler 392 and we had a Wrangler 4xe. So we were kind of doing lead follow all around the off-road track over there, and seeing who could do better. And it was a lot of fun.
Well, I'm sure all the Jeep customers that are out there following you around too, because you have all the new toys.
Yeah, there's a lot of new toys. In fact, it was neat. We had a crazy snowstorm here a couple of weeks ago, and I had a new Grand Wagoneer in the driveway. It was still in camo form, so we had a lot of really cool things in the driveway. But we're always testing things and pushing them to the limits.
Well, I just have to say that we all want to be you.
Or Elliot.
One of the two. Yeah, Elliot. Yeah.
It does. I have to say that lately it does come with a limited amount of sleep. I got some time between 3 and 5 in the morning usually, but other than that, there's so much going on. We're full throttle.
Is Moab only once a year for you?
It is. Yeah. It's called the Easter Jeep Safari, and it runs. The run this year. They're all the trails you're running.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
But I don't know the exact dates now, to be honest. It's still on right now. I think they went from the 27th to through Sunday.
And it's kind of like going to a big ski resort, because different trails have different skill levels and different requirements to ride on them as well.
Yeah, for sure. That's the best thing. And whether you're there for 2 days, you get to ride your favorite trails, experience something new. I know some people talk to some of the customers out there, they're there for a whole week, some 10 days, and they get to drive. They try to drive every trail.
Wow.
And the Red Rock wheelers do a really nice job. They, set up drives, each day at each of the trails. So you can, if you don't know or are not aware of the trail, you can go to, go to the organized drive, and the trail guide will drive you through it. And there's usually 20, 30 Jeeps along with those drives. Or if you just want to venture off on your own, you can do that too. And obviously, with 2 or 3 Jeeps, together, that's kind of usually what happens as people, head out. But it's a great experience, and the view is just incredible. The geography is incredible. You can see caves and obviously the arches, and then all of the there's even some dinosaur tracks and stuff around. It's incredible to see how that land was formed to make it just an absolute breathtaking destination.
And there's no other brand out there that has that kind of relationship with their customers.
That's the coolest thing about 80 years. We're happy to stay, very, lined up, and it's probably our best advantage, with our customers, being the ones that drive the brand. After 80 years, it's really the best part about being part of Jeep.
Well, Jim, we've got the Houston Auto Show coming up in May, and we're going to be there. And you've been to a lot of rock concerts, haven't you?
No, not very many. To be honest.
Well,
you're going to try to make me sing, though, aren't you?
No. I'm not going to ask you to do that. I just wanted to say, usually at the rock concerts, will invite special people back to the dressing room for a limited one-on-one.
Backstage,
and I'm thinking,
backstage.
Yeah, backstage. And I'm thinking, well, maybe we could ask Jim if he could allow us into the dressing room or backstage when you come to visit the Houston Auto Show in May.
The best place to be will be in the front seat of probably the Grand Wagoneer, maybe then the Grand Cherokee. You'll probably want to fire up and listen to the 392 Wrangler, and then you'll probably want to just listen to how quiet the 4xe Wrangler is too. So that's probably going to be the best backstage pass is sitting in our new Jeeps.
Well, Jim, you're the man. We sure appreciate you taking the time out of your Saturday to talk with us, and we will see you in May, my friend.
Good talking to you guys.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
All right, Jim Morrison, head of the Jeep brand, on the line with us there. Okay, time now for this hour's car review, and Mr. Jeffrey Dziekan has the pre-owned car of the week, and this week it is the 2018 Subaru
2018. We've had a lot of calls for this. I think George is wanting to get this done for many, many months. He thinks it's a Bernie Sanders type vehicle, which it could be. So this is a 2018 Subaru Forester. It's a touring all-wheel drive. We have the trim levels of Limited, Premium, and Touring. Again, this is a Touring all-wheel drive. It is an SUV, 5-passenger. Designs for the front and fascias and exterior roofline, it's really minimal over the years. The past 3 years have been kind of minimal. This being a 218, you're going to see a little bit of antiquated design features based 4 years ago. Sport grille, body side moldings, door edge guards, the colored fascia. You've got the nice spoked wheels there. You've got the rear deck. You've got the luggage rack on the top rack. Not really a whole bunch of fancy stuff on there, but it is functional, and Subaru is known for the functionality of their vehicles. On the interior, you start out with 8 speakers, satellite radio, and 440 watts of power.
I feel like I need to put on my tweed suit while I'm driving this for some reason.
You
I
could,
don't know why.
and your red pumps, that would match.
Yeah.
You've got keyless entry. You've got some leather options. You've got heated seats, heated steering wheel. Nice pod there. You've got touchscreen. You've got big dials. I like the dials. I don't like the dial on the console type. I like it up on the dash where you can see it. You know what you're touching. And, of course, the steering wheel has all of its functions there as well. Moving over to the power side of it, it is a 2-liter XT flat turbo CVT dual overhead cam. That's a mouthful there. So what you're looking at is 250 on the horsepower at 5,600 RPM, 258 at 2,000 RPM with a continuous variable speed automatic transmission, which I think is pretty cool. Ratings in the city are 23 miles to gallon. Highway is 27 with a combined of 25. It does ask for premium fuel. But
turbos, direct injected turbo. It probably should.
It probably should.
And Subaru's as big a proponent of CVT transmissions as Nissan is. Almost their whole platform is CVT transmissions.
It's a quality thought. Yeah. Absolutely. You've got, so far as the suspension, ride, and handling, you got front and rear stabilizers. You got electric power steering. You're rolling on 225, 55, 17 H-rated alloy wheels. So far as the aspect ratio for the tires. Now, these vehicles range from anywhere, on the 2018, anywhere from $28,000 to $36,000. Used, pre-owned. Wow. And, of course, that's based on condition, mileage, and so on. Those are variables there. But the thing that stood out to me, there's 28 federal 5-star safety awards for Subaru. Not just in the Forester, but collectively. You've got residual value awards because they are holding their value. Not necessarily in all parts of the country, but they do have the respect of the owners.
Yeah. They have a passionate owner base.
Absolutely. And they've got Kelley Blue Book Awards for value as well. 11 exterior colors, 2 interior colors, and you're looking at like vehicles so far as base of the year. Volvos and Infinitis are like vehicles. So you're wondering, well, how does that Subaru logo fit into my world? Well, Subaru is extremely popular due to its precise assembling, high passability of many useful features. Now, what does the Subaru word mean in Japanese? Well, it's a 6-star logo, and the logos are Subaru or Pleiad in English. Pleiad is P-L-E-I-A-D, Pleiad in English. Those are 6 bright stars in the Pleiad cluster, which shine from a distant Taurus constellation. So all of you Taurus people, you're probably liking Subarus as well. It's the dark background. Logo symbolizes...
I'm a Sagittarian myself.
Well, there you go. They have shots for that. They have...
I thought you were an octogenarian.
The dark background and the logo symbolizes the night sky, where the 4-pointed chrome stars shine. Pleiad is the most romantic of constellations. So all you Taurus people, you're romantic. Now, Kenji Kita, the first president of Subaru, wanted the authentic name of the Japanese car. You might already notice the phases of the 6 stars. Translation resembles the word Subaru to a great extent. This is where the relationship began to symbolize the constellation.
We got it.
Okay. When the company was founded, 6 different companies were merged and united. Each has its own star in the logo. So that's what the 6 stars are.
So all we really needed to know is there was originally 6 companies, and
Okay, there you go.
I'm just saying.
I'm just wasting time.
Yeah, that's it.
The stars and the logo were silver first,
of which we don't have.
Then they went gold. Then they're transparent. I'm using Conrad's time right now. The end.
No, you use Conrad's time
yours.
and everybody else. So we're going to do the racing calendar at the beginning of the next half hour because Jeff has run over, and I need to stay on time. Would you be mad at me if...
Not at the least.
Okay.
How could I ever be mad at you, Don?
Oh, listen, everybody else is, so you might as well join the club. Stop. All right. The In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, iHeart Podcasts, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Amazon, Podcast Addict.
Can't do that all in one breath.
No, you cannot. The In Wheel Time Car Show continues right after this quick break.
The Tailpipes and Tacos monthly cruise-in has become so popular you'll be able to attend at more locations. Enjoy fabulous Houston car culture at any of the 4 participating Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex restaurants. Tailpipes and Tacos will be held in Tomball at Highway 249 near 2978, Bay Area Boulevard near the Gulf Freeway in Webster, the Grand Parkway just south of I-10 and Katy, and the Kirby location off the Southwest Freeway. Tailpipes and Tacos is the place to enjoy made-to-order breakfast tacos, fresh coffee, and awesome cars. Mark your calendar for Saturday, April 17th for the next Tailpipes and Tacos at one of the 4 participating Lupi Tortilla Mexican restaurants, 8 to 11 a.m. Tailpipes and Tacos is free and everyone is invited. See collector cars, hot rods, customs, originals, and resto mods. Cars from all over Southeast Texas cruise in and show off in this friends and family event. Start your Saturday off right at Houston's hottest cruise-in. Tailpipes and Tacos, April 17th, 8 to 11 a.m. Participating Lupis are located in Tomball, Katy, West University, and Clear Lake. April 17th. In Real Time will be broadcasting from the West University location on the Southwest Freeway, weather permitting.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.